You didn't say 3, 2, 1.
Long story short.
Welcome back to the Bong Bordy Board.
Welcome back.
Luke's
Welcome.
long. Josh has the stories. I'm short.
And balding. Oh,
This is a long story,
Savage.
extremely short. This week,
This is the shortest story yet for the longs.
The shortest
Welcome back, guys. This is episode 10.5-11.
yeah, 10.5. Like,
Yeah,
It's like what Jackass do, bro. It's just
Yeah.
like, we'll release a film and then a week later on Netflix, it's 0.5 after.
This is a big deal with double figures, man.
Double figures. Yeah, literally.
bloody
Well, I mean, we
fingers.
didn't really make a big deal of it last week when we did a number 10. Should have done. I mean, you guys have...
Should have done a Downing Street number 10 party.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
cheese and wine. Yeah, here we are now. Just swirl your drinks and pretend that you're not having a party.
Do you know what the most predictable thing came out of that was how they treated the staff and the cleaners and stuff. You
What?
can just imagine it.
Oh, was that in the 50 Shades of Sue Gray report?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know we said no boring politics, didn't we?
I know.
Dear.
Straight away. Straight in it.
Boorus. No.
Yeah, it said they were like abusing all their cleaners and talking down to like all the staff that work there.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, you can
Cunts,
imagine
mate.
it, can't you?
just Jacob Rees-Mogg talking down to a cleaner would sound hilarious.
Actual dickheads. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Mate, go in to clean up after the party, mate. They're just like, but here's 100. Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you, got,
Probably.
have you got a UV light? You're going to need one.
Oh, God. Mate, you can't imagine like some of the fucking like orgies that some of these people have had. Like people of power.
Yeah. All that
True.
getting high in the marijuana smoke.
Oh, shit.
Can't see through all of the Jacob Rees smog in the room.
Oh.
Oh, that's pretty
What's
good.
the password? Orgy. Welcome in.
Oh, man.
Or G.
Orgy? Oh, yeah, that's actually right. Help yourself to the buffet. There's just a bunch of naked dudes. It's like Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode. Where they're just like a bunch of dudes in gimp outfits and they're like helping themselves to the buffalo wings. Some dude's getting rafted in the back corner. It's like, oh, grab yourself some mac and cheese and a buffalo wing.
These nipples are fantastic. Put it in my ass.
That was smelly. That smelly smell that smells smelly.
Hey, I have an update
Oh.
on my parking ticket situation.
Oh,
it was so long ago since we
this
spoke
was
about that.
0.5
Last
episodes
week-
ago.
Yes. Last week, I updated you that we had a private parking ticket. And to remind you, I wish I could read you my appeal, but I don't have it here. But it was along the lines of,
Redacted.
we arrived, we saw the sign, we saw the sign, we turned around our bikes and we fucked off.
Yeah, 93
You can
seconds.
tell the whole story.
90.
In the
I sing
medium
a
of singing.
song.
Yeah, got in the parking
I
space, saw the
dreamed a
sign, said no
dream.
parking, and left. 93 seconds. That was their evidence anyway. They came through from arrival to
93
departure, 93.
seconds.
So I sent my appeal through. I said, well, I don't want to bore you, but basically the guidance is you're supposed to be allowed a reasonable amount of time to read the fucking terms
Normally
and
about
conditions.
15 minutes, to be fair.
So
I
this
it
is
can be.
an email, is it?
Well, I mean, it's like if you go into a car park, you normally get 15 minutes of grace to like leave straight away.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, grace period. So this one was called a consideration period. It's basically enough time for you to consider the terms and conditions and make a decision as to
Yeah.
whether you're going to
Yeah.
stay or leave, because it's private land at the end of the
yeah,
day.
of course.
So made our appeal. It was an online thing. You can actually you
Right,
can either
okay.
appeal in writing or there is actually a form to
An
do it online,
online
which was so
contact
much
form.
quicker. So I did that, and they came back today, and I'll read what they said.
No,
It was
guilty,
hilarious.
guilty. Did you park in our space? Yes, 93 seconds. Guilty. Let us have
Illegal
it.
parker say what?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
We got him. Guilty.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
got
got him.
Right, go on, hit us up.
Oh shit! Where is
It's like the
this?
Jeremy Kyle thing where they just have like the fucking metal bars clamped down over the fucking screen and the noise is like...
Yeah.
All right.
Best 'cause
Your vehicle was parked in an area which is designated as strictly no parking. Notice of the terms and conditions of parking is served.
Wait, sorry, strictly no parking or parking if you pay for it?
No, strictly no parking.
Are you a parked? Oh.
That's what the sign did say. Yeah, it said strictly no parking. But we read the sign just in case it said between the hours of...
Right, yeah, of course, of course.
9 and... It didn't. So then we left. Your vehicle was parked in an area which is designated as strictly no parking. Notice of the terms and conditions of parking is served by way of a prominently placed large warning signs. Please note that you can visit our website. Oh, okay. Please note that parking is not invited on this land. Our signage has large lettering across the middle of the sign advertising that parking is not allowed, and on this basis, it would take a driver a matter of seconds to realise that parking is not permitted. A reasonable consideration period would therefore be no longer than a minute.
Oh, what?
Whoa.
A minute.
Mate, you can't get off your motorbike.
This
without
guy's
a
doing
minute.
me for 33 seconds.
That's
So
unreal.
he's trying to do you.
Overtime's overtime, kid. I don't make the rules.
What do you want? Yeah.
I don't make the rules, I just enforce them.
This isn't personal, buddy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
legit.
business.
$100, bro.
Yeah, right.
So
So I'm like, oh, man.
I mean, were they prominent? Were they like if you have a give way sign, the lettering is ye high. Was it like that?
I'd just be like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, like fucking. Oh, you can't really say hard of sight when you're riding a motor vehicle. Can you?
Yeah.
I'm legally blind.
You've got a disability. I
Just
can't see.
all of a sudden, you go from losing. You don't have to pay your fine, but you lose your license. You're like, not worth.
What about like your helmet steams up? Maybe.
Yeah.
I had to
Just
take
be
my
like,
helmet
yeah.
off so I could
You're
read
allowed
the sign
1 minute
properly.
to
Get off my
clean off that
motorcycle
helmet.
and fucking walk
Clean your
between the
helmet.
side. Yeah.
Yeah, bring out the spray to clean the
Get Laura
visor.
to wipe your knob.
How long we got, love? 39 seconds, right?
Hey Siri, start a timer.
I haven't looked yet. Start a timer. Go.
It's like, you haven't seen the sign. It's like, you're naughty, you're teasing me. The sign's looking at you like, oh, he's not seen me yet. Oh, unreal.
I can't be done if I haven't read you.
So how much is the fine going to be then? So
Well, luckily, after you get 14 days of a reduced rate, which is 60 quid. Normally, it's
Are you gonna pay it then?
100. I don't know.
sod.
Well, bearing in mind,
mate.
we both-
private land, mate.
We both got one
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's gonna be 120 quid minimum.
minimum.
So, mate, I would just be like, you know what? Take me to court over your fucking 36 seconds, you
It's 2
fuckhead.
appeals then, isn't it?
Yeah. The
would
letter
have to
of
be.
rejection was identical for both. I guess
So it'd have to be identical. Like we both didn't see. Like we were looking at each other and trying to.
We went over to the
We
sign
were watching
together.
the road.
I read one word. She read the next.
Yeah.
Realistically, what did you do? Were you chatting there looking at the sign, or were you actually looking at the view and then going, "Oh, we'll be off" 93 seconds later?
Well, she wanted to stretch her legs quickly, didn't
that
she?
it?
I
I
think
can't
she'd just be
remember.
like, oh, I had a cramp and then fucking had to get off.
Yeah.
That was going to be an issue to other motor vehicles, right? It was emergency.
Yeah. Essentially.
Like, essentially,
My boy.
my man.
If you do
My
that,
man.
I suppose if you do that, then you're basically agreeing to the fact that you saw the sign and acknowledged exactly what it
No,
was.
well, you moved on swiftly after reading the sign, but you pulled over. The reason you pulled over was for an emergency matter. You realised that you couldn't stop there. You swiftly moved on. It takes fucking at least a minute to put your motorcycle gear back on.
Well, and also our bikes were facing the wrong way. We had to turn them around.
There you go. Boom.
You've had a bike, you know.
Yeah,
that's-
yeah,
Doesn't,
legit.
doesn't take.
Fucking, you got to
2
waddle that
seconds.
shit back. Like,
Yeah.
especially when you got like Laura's a learner as well.
Big L plates on the back of
Big
the bike.
L
You
plates.
can-
So
yeah.
so teaching her as well, mate. Just fucking milk that up, bruv.
That was her first,
Like, yeah.
her first proper ride. Actually,
Oh, mate,
it was.
there you go. I was taking my missus out to fucking learn. She got leg cramp and was worried that she might fucking cause an accident. She's pulled over
Your Honour.
and we've realised the sign. We've had to swiftly move on, but within that 36-second period over the minute that is a grace period, we've not quickly moved on enough. Like,
We haven't moved
I mean,
quite quickly.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the last 2 seconds, which span the last 30 seconds, is us waiting to pull out into traffic.
oh. So
the last
there you go.
30.
Yeah, the last 30 seconds was us on our bikes, sort of. You can see us like ready to pull back into the road, but there's too many cars.
Oh, there you go.
So
Boom.
by their own definition, they would not have fined you had it been. I mean, was someone? You
Had
said
you
it
moved?
was dodgy.
Had you?
Someone was
Wait.
walking.
It
So,
looked like it.
had you gotten on your bike and moved at all?
Yeah.
Because there is a premise that if you, as long as you don't stop in a checkered box, you could be going 1 mile per hour.
This is true.
You cannot be
I
fined.
had that
we were-
up so
So
much
if,
as well.
if you went forward like even an inch and been like, oh,
There was one the very first picture of us is us standing by our bikes.
Yeah, that's a-
looking
oh,
at
yeah,
our
that's
bikes.
fine.
Oh wait,
Right.
surely both pictures you couldn't have been on them at all.
The first picture is us looking at the bike, like off the bikes, both stood together.
it'd be
looking
interesting
at
to see the
bikes.
photos. You'll have to show us those at some
And
point.
then about 30 seconds later is us hand moving the bikes.
Right, okay. Oh, they moved then. That wasn't...
30 seconds after that. So
Does it say
a
no
minute.
pedestrian traffic on the goddamn thing, even if you're pushing a
It's quiet
motorcycle?
around there, isn't it, that road?
No, he said it was really busy.
No, car's busy, but the
is it?
pavement was kind of quiet. Yeah, just a few people around. Oh, well, there is pedestrians like blocking us in the picture actually. So
No, it's
so, yeah, we had
because he
to-
was skulking in the crowds trying to
That's
take
a
a
good point,
sneaky
actually.
pic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude was
we had
probably
to.
there,
We had to
fuck
stop for
nugget.
this woman who walked across us.
Yeah, he just walks past, he blocks you, waits 30 seconds and takes his photo. He's like,
1 minute.
got you, got you. You were here
60
longer than 60 seconds. He's just there like,
Like
run in with the camera crew, just like paparazzi block.
I'm amazed the guy didn't come back on the appeal and say a reasonable time would have been 90 seconds.
Yeah.
You were 93. You were 93.
how extreme do you take that? That's insane.
Mate,
I know.
just to be a fucking... You think it needs to be like, yeah, you know what? We've wiped it. That's literally all it takes. It's like...
Well, it's money for them.
Yeah,
Of course
why
it's
would
money
they?
for
Why
them,
would they?
but-
They don't have to.
Mate, it's
It's
called
just their
being rats,
opinion.
mate. Rats.
They're horrible.
Mate, you know
Or-
what? The opinion is if it's not a council-issued ticket, you don't have to pay it.
Well, you take
It's a
take it to
civil
court,
dispute, right? Yeah, it's a civil
Yeah,
dispute.
it's a
not
contract, if anything.
So-
They're arguing that you're like you agree to the contract, and then they're fining you based on a breach of contract.
Mate, you know what this makes me... The only thing I can physically compare this to is when you're playing Monopoly and you've landed on some cunt square with the fucking big hotel on, and they're like, oh, $300, please. Like, the second you're like,
Yeah.
I'm here for 20 seconds. No, $300.
Yeah, I stepped my toe in the park and said, oh.
The tip of your hat or the car or the rabbit
just
was
the
on
tip,
the
bro. Just the tip. 93 seconds. Oh, new record for that guy because he's not getting any. The
That is insane. I think as well the fact that they know this is a scam. I mean, it's not a scam, but it is. So there's
Mate,
obviously a
so we
guy
put up a fucking
waiting,
sign outside the
looking
street
to
and just
come
be
out.
like, yo.
Yeah.
And I think on that basis, I'm out. No, I think on that basis, there's going to be such strong position for you in court.
Surely. I'm trying to get the pictures if we...
Like honestly, like I said last week,
I don't think we can share them on the pod. Just
Yeah, for current legal action. Current legal action. We'll show you the photos once the legal dispute has been
Yeah. Obviously,
finalised.
we're going to have to wait for Sue Gray's report.
There's an active police investigation.
Yeah.
We can't comment.
Unreal, though.
You'll have to wait.
Unreal. It's one of those things. Oh, right. So let's have a look.
So you got all the pictures and all the timestamps there. So that's the first picture.
Is that the sign
That's
right
the
there?
sign,
Right,
yeah.
that's the sign. Okay.
Lovely day for a
Yeah,
ride,
yeah,
wasn't it?
It was
So-
gorgeous.
Is that one too
Oh,
far?
that's the second
pedestrian
picture.
blocking you. Yeah.
And that's me turning the bike around. And that's us.
Waiting.
It's
for
just
you.
that's so
waiting to pull
weird.
out.
You're not even in the bit there. You aren't.
That's me.
Just
yeah,
the
you're not
fact-
even in that bit though that had the sign in front of it.
No.
Is it all of this?
This is us having turned around,
Yeah.
waiting to pull back.
If you
onto
see
the
that
road.
little video where there's people throwing a basketball between each other, and you're just watching it, you're not told what to do,
Yeah.
and then it says watch again and don't look at the ball, and then there's something that goes through them. Have you seen that? It's like a thing how we
yeah.
concentrate on the thing.
That's right.
You've not noticed anyone just walk up and go. Tsh, tsh. That's correct. How subtle must they have been? That's disgusting.
Do you think that must be a person taking those photos then?
No.
Oh, this is okay. Look at that.
The way it
We
looked
can
to
show
me-
you, I can show you the
that
sign.
one looks like a
I can show
person.
you the sign, but look, you've got strictly no parking in big letters, but then you've got a million lines of micro
legit.
text.
Yeah. I'm just looking at it now.
How
Yeah.
can you read that from 10
No,
meters away?
you're quite right. Actually,
What are they there
I
for?
didn't. I hadn't seen the sign. Yeah,
It's
that's
What are they there
actually
for if not
muggy.
to be read?
Really, really muggy.
And you can't read.
bro. You're both going to court
Do you reckon?
separately
so.
though.
Oh, she won't do it. She won't do it.
Oh, she actually wants to pay.
She doesn't want to go to court.
Tell her to pay hers out of her own pocket.
Can I
and
not fight her
appease
for
yours.
her? I don't think I can I?
Well, no, you could be legal representation, but she can't not be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless they still do it on Zoom nowadays.
But this is look at the timestamp.
Yeah, I know. So
27:03 is us
Yeah.
waiting to leave. What time did you get there?
25:52.
God, they must be sweating. Oh, is that you? Oh, that is you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me and Laura yesterday. And then
Just be like, I don't even know who those people are.
27:03. So that's about 70 seconds afterwards.
I've stopped there before as well.
Yeah, don't. And then 27:25. So we're still there 30 seconds afterwards, still waiting to pull out. And you can see that cars pulling
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah, it's just.
I don't know. I would just
I think they've shot themselves in the foot, showing you their own evidence.
time it.
I know, because that's a brilliant evidence. All I need.
Yeah, all they had to do was the one photo, and you'd have been like, "Oh,
please.
actually, yeah, fuck."
Yeah.
Laura might be reluctant, but you definitely have to go all the way. And it's not even like you're driving going to court. All you have to do is just constantly say, "I really don't think this is the case. I can't morally pay the." That's what I said. I said I morally can't give my hard-earned cash to you because it's wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you've mugged me. You
Just
literally
eventually let it go to
mugged me.
court.
How did you say about like just be
Perfect.
just? I think you should just blag the fucking. Yeah, it was a fucking.
It's the sign.
It's an accident. Like fucking. My missus first time riding. You can see that she's a learner. We needed to pull over. She was worried about something on her bike. You're both viewing the bikes.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
be like, oh, there was. She thought there was an issue.
She saw there was a puncture.
We swiftly realised there wasn't. We got back on our bikes within 60 seconds, and then we were waiting to pull out into traffic.
I think the fact that you can see us within a minute turning our bikes and waiting to pull
Yeah,
out
unreal.
shows our
Unreal.
intention.
Yeah.
We were trying to leave.
Honestly, I don't even think you need to like
Mate,
convolute with
I
other-
would fight that to the bitter fucking end, mate,
Yeah.
because that would be.
But I don't think you need to convolute it with other arguments. Just a case of that sign does it for me. I didn't
Yeah.
realise there was all that writing at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh,
you say,
mate, that
why
sign
have
is,
it?
yeah, legit.
You
They're
could
like-
say no parking unless you really want to. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what is that?
No parking except for these circumstances. Like,
They might have said free donuts if you don't park here.
yeah,
Your Honour, I know murder's illegal, but I had to find out why.
unreal. Oh dear. Well,
Sorry,
hopefully
yeah.
you can resolve that soon, bro.
I hope
Because
so.
yeah, that's
Oh,
an
if these
absolute.
cases,
diabolical.
I mean, I've been through. You've been through
A
one. I've been through
year
one
to
about
hit
a
to
year.
court for
about a
me.
year.
What a nightmare.
Though I think this one sounds a bit swifter from the
Yeah,
appeals
I
thing.
think
They said
so.
if you
Well-
fail to pay, we will immediately pass your details to our debt recovery agency.
Oh,
I'm
do
like,
it.
excellent. That
Do
sounds
it.
quicker.
Not a problem. Yeah.
Mate, that's going to cost them more money
Yeah.
than the fact.
And they had to pay me for a day out of work as well. I got like 120 quid.
Oh,
But
mate.
120 quid.
Mate, fucking Laura's in full panic mode, bro. Tell her they can pay your fucking therapy bills as well.
yeah.
It's like when you get whiplash and you sue your insurance for it.
Oh,
It's like, oh, my neck from a crash that I caused. Oh, I need therapy.
Just like-
physio. Oh.
My neck,
10 grand.
my back, my pussy and my crack. I need money.
Just send them the song.
hurt.
Just be like, just a clip. Just like, what hurts? My neck, my back.
Yeah.
Give me money.
Oh, yeah.
I think they've changed that now.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't they changed that where you can't? There's like banding of
Yeah, I don't
injuries now. If you
I
get
don't think
whiplash,
isn't. You can't claim
Yeah.
anymore on that.
Can
shit.
you not?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you used to
Oh,
just
so
be
you
able
wanna
to
just let
rinse
it
it.
like
You
melt.
should just say, "Yeah, I got it." I think.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah. My neck's got a bit of a crick.
whiplash, yeah, whiplash.
Oh, yeah. Oh, ah. So it's been 2 days since we last discussed gun laws, and I don't even know if you guys have had a chance to catch up, but don't know if you've seen. There's been a mass shooting again in America in a primary school.
Was that the day after we
The
talked?
day after we talked, so literally yesterday, there's been a mass shooting. 19
It's insane.
primary school students and 2 teachers killed. Fucked cunt. Actually fucked. Like literally, I mean, even like I was watching like a couple of the reports from like congressmen, like, what are we doing? Like, please, just like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
Well, they were doing geography.
no, not like this. Too soon. What primary school teachers do geography? Motherfuckers just
Well,
like
one doesn't
advanced.
anymore.
Yeah, like, oh,
Right.
not
Rub
like
on-
this.
rub
yeah.
off on anyone anyway.
Too soon, but yeah, comical value because we have to, and that's what we're here for.
Ted
Was it
Cruz.
Ted Cruz?
Oh, how weird.
Here we go.
How weird.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he was confronted, wasn't he? And I think it's really disappointing how he answered. I think that's like
What was his
It's
answer?
shocking.
like the
didn't know
don't get me wrong, I get pissed off of
Should
like
we
some
overlay the
mainstream
clip?
media and stuff. Yeah,
If we
can
watch
do.
it now,
Yeah, yeah,
and
go
then
on.
we can
Yeah.
overlay it on the video.
But like, if I'm honest, I think the reporter was just being quite genuine the way he came across. I always try and like imagine if I'm the reporter and be like, look, if someone's got their back up, you kind of need to wean around it and be nice and ask the question. I think he was great. And Ted Cruz was just like, he didn't have an
There are
answer.
19 sets of parents who are never going to get to kiss their child goodnight.
Is this the guy we don't like or do?
Is this the moment
Well,
to reform gun
This
laws?
is a Texas senator, right?
I don't mind him
Right.
usually.
So he's very high up in the government in Texas.
Republican.
You know, it's easy to go to get to
Yeah,
kiss.
so he's sad
Child
about
goodnight.
people, but he's not willing to revoke gun laws.
Is this the moment to reform gun laws?
You know, it's easy to go to politics
But it's important. It's at the heart of the issue.
I get that that's where the media likes to go.
It's not. It's where many of the people we've talked to here like to go.
The proposals from Democrats in the media, inevitably, when some violent psychopath murders people.
A violent psychopath who's able to get a weapon so easily. 18-year-old with 2 AR-15s.
If you want to stop violent crime, the proposals the Democrats have, none of them would have stopped this.
But why does this only happen in your country? I really think that's what many people around the world they cannot fathom. Why only in America? Why is this American exceptionalism so awful?
You know, I'm sorry you think American exceptionalism is awful.
I think this aspect of it.
You got your political agenda.
No, it's honestly,
God love you.
Senator, it's not. I just want to understand why you do not think that guns are the problem.
Why is this just an American problem?
It is just an American problem, sir.
Mr. Cruz, why is America the only country that faces this kind of mass shooting?
But you can't answer that. You can't answer that, can you, sir? You can't answer that. Why is this country?
Why is it that people come from all over the world to America? Because it's the freest, most prosperous, safest country on earth.
Maybe the freest, maybe the most
Why are our kids dying in school?
It may be the freest.
So, countering that, obviously, you got Senator Chris Murphy. Yeah, that's fine. There's it should be 42 seconds. So, yeah, Senator Chris Murphy, similar, but obviously opposition.
What are we doing? Just days after a shooter walked into a grocery store to gun down African American patrons, we have another Sandy Hook on our hands. What are we doing? There have been more mass shootings than days in the year. Our kids are living in fear every single time they set foot in a classroom because they think they're going to be next.
More mass shootings than days.
What are we
in a
doing?
year.
Why do you spend all this time running for the United States Senate? Why do you go through all the hassle of getting this job, of putting yourself in a position of authority, if your answer is that as this slaughter increases, as our kids run for their lives, we do nothing? What are we doing? Why are you here? If not to solve a problem as existential as this. This isn't inevitable. These kids weren't unlucky. This only happens in this country and nowhere else. Nowhere else do little kids go to school thinking that they might be shot that day. Nowhere else do parents have to talk to their kids, as I have had to do, about why they got locked into a bathroom and told to be quiet for 5 minutes.
Oh, mate, it goes on a bit longer than that, actually. But he goes on. He's like, I'm on my hands and knees. I'm begging.
That's powerful, man.
He's like, little kids have been asked to use a safe word if they're like reminiscing about fucking the shit where they had to like climb over the corpses of their classmates. It's like, fuck.
It's sad. I think, the mental health crisis in general is kind of what's making this a lot worse.
These are like 7-8-year-old children. It's not. It's not like fucking.
I heard one of the
it's not adults. Like these kids have done nothing to anyone, and some dude literally he posted on Facebook, "I've shot my nan, like my grandma."
And when he'd done it,
and then he's like, I'm going to shoot my nan," and then he shoots his nan. And then he's gone, "I've shot my nan" on Facebook. And then he puts another comment, "I'm going to go shoot up a primary school."
Did he?
And then 20 minutes later, he went and shot up a primary school. True to his word, at least. But he looked like a fucking crackhead. But
it's, I don't know.
Was
that a random attack? Or did
19-year-old
Did he go
kid,
to that school?
Oh, mate, fuck me. A primary school, mate. It's not like, I don't know if he went to the school. They probably did in Texas because everything's pretty spaced out.
Because I know a lot of the school shootings is generally by older kids who might have only just left in the last few years.
Well, not primary though.
There was like that one kid recently. It was quite a big case. Was it in the last couple of years? And I think he got bullied there or something. And it was almost like a vengeance thing. He went back to the school to like. Obviously, the kids there hadn't been at school with him when he was there, but I guess it's just this image of the school.
Yeah, of course.
To take it out.
I get that, but like.
We've
all had a fucking we've all had our share of fucking we've all had our share of fucking kids being cunts in school, right? None of us fucking had a perfect education kind of thing. Everyone has a fucking one dude in school.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's a douche. But you don't think, oh, you know what? I'm going to go shoot them all up. They're not even people I know.
Not even the guy that was a douche
Well,
to you.
yeah. Just
4 or 5 years
I
younger than
think
you.
it's been bad for
He's
like
19
years.
and these are like 8.
It's just I can't
10 years.
I can't get my
gap.
head around.
And then it's 2 teachers.
I think that's
saw-
why he's glazed. He's not looking
Like,
at
at least,
8-year-olds and taking something out.
I know it
from
doesn't
them.
add any fucking thing, but at least the fucking geezer that was, I mean, obviously he went to be a fucking racist and went, he had a cause. Like, the geezer's just gone in there to kill children. Like, I fucking don't condone being racist or anything, but fucking no. Well, that's what I mean. This guy went out of his way to be like white power, fucking all this other shit, fucking Ku Klux Klan bullshit. And then this fucking dude yesterday is just, I'm just gonna go kill some kids and shoot my nan. Didn't even kill his nan, but
This comes back to my point previously. It's like you're going to
madness,
get
mate.
people. You can't stop people like this. They're obviously totally.
yeah, but you can
totally
stop them
deranged.
getting fucking weapons.
Yes.
It's like,
And why is that so difficult for them to understand?
just like, mate, the fact that they're like, oh, we'll put armed guards in schools. It's like, fuck me. When did you ever see police in schools?
I think
Like, that's the. Oh, they might as well just make it militarized. Just
Yeah.
fucking send every
Give
child
all
to.
the kids guns then.
Yeah.
So they
It's
can
like,
defend
fuck it. Yeah,
themselves.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just fucking every cunt needs a gun.
Under, you know them old school
You get a
desks you
birth
had?
certificate and a fucking AK. It's just like, here you go.
they better not
slaps
play
him on
that
the arse and-
Zip Zap Bong Gang.
God,
Remember that
yeah.
one? It's actually real bullets. Oh.
Oh, God.
No, I
Just
think
can't get my
the
head
biggest
around it.
problem, right, is that it's so polarized. You've got people like Ted Cruz, the way he reacted, which I think is really quite sad, just being like, oh, it's all political. It's like,
Yeah, well, this is it. Like, they're like,
You
oh,
know.
how dare you bring a political fucking thing to this? But it's just like, you can't not bring the political argument.
Is it political?
It's, of course it's political because it's
well, he made it political. He said that.
common sense.
The
and then he
second it's
literally said,
political,
oh, and the liberal policies wouldn't have done anything. So he
yeah.
made it
Yeah,
political.
the Democrats.
It's like,
It's just like, the policies that they have in place won't fucking do anything. It's just like, but at least they're trying to do something.
I know.
Like,
And I don't get why it has to be one or the
fuck
other. Why does it have to be, right, this happens, that's it. We should have no guns. Like, that's just a bit of an abrupt reaction. I think you should react
It's because
as
a
in,
lot of these
we
people are
have-
voted into power because they support gun laws. That's the issue, right?
Well, they
Is-
should care, but you should come from the perspective of like, we have the Second Amendment, we need to look after it,
Yeah, of course, but
rather than just
I
like
get that
almost
they've got their
people hating
views
on
it.
it.
But,
Bearing arms is one thing, but bearing assault rifles
Yeah.
is another, right?
Yeah.
well, just anyone being able to get them, just like fuck me, like fucking. If you want to have a gun, go through some sort of fucking actual test.
These
an
people are
actual
ill,
test.
man.
You can't drink
They're
until you're
unwell.
21 in
Like,
America. but
You can get an AK
Yeah.
fucking like.
Have sex at 16 or whatever. And
Yeah,
then,
you can have sex, drive, and fucking buy yourself an AR to shoot up a school. Like, but you can't have a fucking drink. Like, it's probably
Mainly 'cause you'd be in
Because
prison
to
by
be
then.
fair,
fair-
you'd be dangerous. If you're
Well,
drunk, you might be dangerous.
Yeah, well, mate, fucking some of these kids sound like they need a drink. Like, holy shit.
You sobered up now, Billy? Have this AK.
Holy shit. Like, it's fucking bizarre. But anyway, sorry, I wanted to bring it back up because it was another topic we talked about
I
yesterday.
certainly hope there is no footage of that, though. I ended up seeing clips of the Buffalo shooting.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I'm desensitized to shit, but I don't think I could see like a
Last-
fucking little kid
Last week
getting
I mentioned
shot.
like how I didn't think video games perpetuated it, like not in the grand scheme of things. But I'm sorry, if someone is like that unwell and they're
Yeah, of
always
course.
mentally ill, aren't
Like, yeah,
they?
there's
then I
some-
think there has to be
I
some
think that's it
restriction
though,
on
isn't it,
those
right?
people playing.
But that's it. How do you restrict it? It's like it's the same as guns,
Not
right?
as in a law way. That would be like really against
But it
civil
should be down to
liberties.
people's parents,
But people
right? You
looking
know that
after
your
them.
fucking family is deranged, right? I'm sorry to say, but like, don't get me wrong. There are some in some cases where someone is just. It could be like, they're the nicest person ever, and then one day they just decide they're going to go shoot up a school.
Just flip, yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well, what the fuck's caused that? But there's definitely people that have. I mean, I don't know whether or not he had outstanding medical conditions or anything, but this geezer was obviously fucked up.
Right. They always are, aren't they?
It's
They're always
too early
unwell.
to tell when you're 18.
Well, you
You've
look
only
at them and you
started.
think, fucking crackhead.
Yeah. And this is what I mean about polarization. People see that because they are always unwell and they go, oh, it's not the gun, it's the person.
you
I know
see
I
it,
even
you
said
see
that
it.
last week.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Because it's
But
true.
it is the person,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, guns
But
don't kill
stop-
people, but people do, right? But
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
which
fucking,
is why it's more important to find the middle ground of, yes, you should have guns. I think it's quite important for you to have guns. But why, in the manner of being safe about guns, would
Yeah.
you let mental people have guns?
Just like, oh, you know what?
But
Everyone
then
deserves a gun. But then
he's
they're like,
too
"Man,
young
you're
to
taking it
have
away."
potentially built up a criminal background, a criminal
Yeah,
record.
of course.
At 18, you're just getting
Well, he's
started.
dead now. He's dead.
But-
Fucking shot him dead on like in the school. But
So, yeah, you can have all your checks, you know, but if you don't have a record, then
mate,
there's nothing to stop you.
Like,
But that's
How
why-
many cases
yeah.
of mental health have gone amiss, have not been picked up, or this person hasn't been able to get the help they needed,
Oh,
and it's
mad.
never been
It's
picked
madness,
up?
mate.
It's all been hushed up.
Oh, mate, but that's it. Everything fucking gets swept under the rug as well, which fucks me off.
But I think as well, you're always going to have the odd case. Like,
Of course.
there's a worry, I think, of people saying
Right.
severe gun laws so that there'll never be another death again. Like, no law has ever worked like that.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's always going to be certain instances where there is just some deranged fuckhead that's like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna do this, and that's what I want to do, and that's how I'm gonna end my fucking life. But
Why schools, though?
I know, legit, like
Why
fucking.
schools?
Don't get me wrong, but it's just another thing, right? There's obviously a link between schools and how people are affected in America, because they've got such a big grudge against them. Right? Don't get me, like you were saying a minute ago,
Yeah.
you get bullied for your entire life, and you think, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to bring a gun into school and fucking shoot all these people.
I'll show them.
You're like, yeah, legit, and that's it. And it's just like,
Do you reckon it's a power structure? Because they're at their age, they're getting told what to do by people older than them. So they're like, well, tell you what, I'm going to take some weapons and I'm going to act almost the adult to these people because they're younger. That's their environment.
it's
do you know what I
everything,
mean? They're not
right?
going to go into someone's workplace. They're not familiar with it. They're going to go, school, where did I get treated like shit?
but well,
Yeah.
yeah, treated like shit mainly, and like obviously it's another place, but then it's also somewhere where other people haven't got weapons generally.
I suppose so.
Certainly a lot of fucking kindergarten and teachers, they're not fucking arming themselves to the teeth with fucking guns, because you just think, what mental person would ever do that? And yet, fuck me, like I just said,
It's almost turned into like a fashionable thing to do for these
Oh,
nutcases.
it's always
isn't it?
Texas as well. Like I guarantee,
Florida
if you
or
looked at the fucking like a heat map of America, Texas would be red fucking hot for fucking gun
Yeah.
mass shootings.
Was Sandy
like,
Hook, Texas?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Actually,
Or was it
I don't
Florida?
No, I
Might-
genuinely
fuck
don't
knows.
know.
But regardless, you know, Texas
that
is a
point
fucking
in the video, there's
hotbed.
been, I think, is what 250 mass shootings this year alone.
Yeah, he said more.
It's not even...
More mass shootings
Halfway
than
just, yeah.
days of the year. Is a mass shooting 3 or
Connecticut
more?
is Sandy Hook.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's a crowd.
I think a mass shooting's 3.
I think you're right. It's 3 or more. What class is a mass shooting? 4 or more victims.
Oh, 4.
So
So that's
yeah, no, just a shooting.
4 or more.
4 or more people every time there's a mass shooting. So that means a bare minimum.
I'll do
So that's just
3 per day.
that's not including just murders and just shooting.
There's over 1,000 people minimum this year have been killed by mass shootings.
minimum. We know it's more
Well,
than
yeah,
because
4
this one was 19.
exactly. So
if they
that's
were
what I
all
mean.
4, and we know
That
that
every single one of them was a 4th killer.
Buffalo was 10ish.
Fuck knows. Yeah, I mean, but that's it, right? That's the difficulty.
How
right?
many people get stabbed
These are-
in this country?
Interesting stat
Yeah,
to
I mean,
look up.
that's it. Well, yeah.
But
Go on, keep talking.
how many
I'll do
other
it.
mass shootings this year have stood out that we've been made aware of?
Well, that is genuinely the crux of it. We're always made aware of the ones that
The worst ones.
TV and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Well, there's been other worse ones that, like, I saw in other news sites that weren't in sort of the main, which I don't understand why, because it's horrific. Like,
Right, in 2020 and 2021, there have been 40 knife crime incidences that were recorded
where's that here?
in the UK. Greater England, Wales, excluding Greater Manchester. For
40?
some reason.
Problem is an
41.
incident as well. Is a
Must
bit-
be more than that. Is that resulting in death? 40 knife deaths?
I'm assuming so. Increased level of knife crime.
No,
just
it's
says.
not. That's the true statistic. Praise Crane.
This is on the
Dame
government
Cressida
website.
Dick. She's doing well.
Knife crime statistics. It's on the UK's government website.
That's just incomparable.
Yeah.
I'll try and see if there's like a.
And that says incident, which is quite flimsy, in it. That could be
Incident.
like instance.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, it might be your wife fucking dropping your knife on your foot kind of thing.
That's going to be a crime of passion, isn't it? Not we were making passion. But then the funny thing is, not funny, sorry, America could have it would be like per capita, right? The ratio of knife crimes, like more than that. And that's without adding the guns. That's just knife crimes alone. And there's no way we have as many, with gun crimes, I meant. And there's no way we have as many gun crimes. Or do we?
I wouldn't even want to know how many like gun deaths.
There's been a few on my estate where I used
doesn't
to
qualify for.
gun
really?
deaths.
What, in
Yeah.
folks?
Yeah. Jeez.
Sorry.
In the US in 2020, apparently there were 45,000 people that died from gun-related injuries in the US.
Says it all.
45,000 people. What's that? 1% of the UK population?
How many were crackers?
You could argue completely unavoidable deaths.
Don't get me wrong. Like,
There's going to be some.
yeah, there's some that are definitely fucking necessity in some instances, but right, you got to consider that one of those is the guy that was fucking shooting up the school. So it's gonna.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure a percentage, but I imagine it'll be a small percentage which genuine self-defense. I imagine the rest of it would be disputes or
I feel like
accidents. There's probably a high percentage of that.
I feel like you ever pull a fucking weapon, someone's not coming out of it in a fucking gunfight, right?
Well, that's like the knife gun problem here. If you carry a knife with you, you're like twice as likely to get stabbed.
Well, that's it. Literally, I think there's a statistic that said people that carry knives are actually more likely to get stabbed by their own knives because they're not strong enough to fucking defend themselves. That's why they carry a knife. So it's like fucking the amount of people that have like been stabbed with their own weapons.
Yeah, that's so true.
Is higher than fucking people that have actually gone out and stabbed people that they want to. So it's fucking madness.
But I suppose in the grand scheme of things, it prevents, well, it doesn't fully prevent, but it helps against like.
This has been podcast 10.5 political round.
Yeah,
Literally before we started. Let's not stay too.
Yeah.
helps against corruption.
It's boring.
Yeah, but, no, 100%. But yeah, I mean, it's fucking as far as you can go. A travesty. Yeah,
It's shocking.
It's fucking awful. But what can you do?
And I'm
right?
glad that I can't get my head around it because
Yeah.
that means I'm nowhere near Texas and that culture.
Oh, I just fucking find it bizarre that people fucking just love that shit. It's just like you think the population will be like, get gun laws gone, bro. Like all the people, 45,000 families have lost people.
Yeah.
That number goes up every year. Like
There is a surprising amount because they're American and they're like patriotic or whatever. They're just like, do you know what? My family member died, but we still need the Second Amendment.
yeah, they need to protect themselves with guns because of
Some
the
things
family
are more
member.
important.
It's just madness. But anyway, so
But Ted Cruz's argument was,
weak.
we need to stop these guys before they commit these terrible crimes.
I love it.
Well, how are you doing that? How are you going to do that,
I
Ted?
know, it is true.
Yeah.
But
What you
How's
gonna
that
do?
going?
Yeah. No,
It's
22 people just got murdered, bro. What's going on?
yeah, so dumb.
It's fucked. It is fucked.
What's your plan, Stan?
It's like he's not wrong, but we're not there now.
Yeah,
we're
of course.
here
I
now.
believe prevention's great, right? Fucking, if you can prevent anything from happening before it happens, fantastic. But you need to think of the bit that actually, when it's gonna happen, how can we mitigate fucking actual full risk?
Yeah.
But you know,
Daleks at the entrances to schools.
Yeah. Makes
No, we'll give them so
fucking
many
robot
guns.
soldiers, bro.
So many guns that they literally can't walk because they're weighed down by
exactly.
guns.
Oh, was it?
Then they won't be able
Every
to do
child
this.
needs a fucking assault rifle. From the age of 3 above, give them a
That's
handgun.
what they teach them in Texas, actually.
Oh god, it's fucking chaos. It's
How
chaos.
to smoke a brisket, how
Yeah.
to reload your
How to
AR.
light a barbecue and reload your handgun.
Dorothy, get my gun.
Get my gun. Get them there shields. But yeah, that's some fucking redneck shit right there. But I think
Probably
we'll get
have to
off the
leave it.
political topic.
Yeah,
I think
this has been the long political
yeah,
short.
Yeah, the political short story of longness.
What's the long story short today, Arthur?
Well, depressing. Yeah, go on, Arthur, talk us through it. What have we talked about?
Well, some children are in a very vulnerable position and they got shot.
They dead, man, in a vulnerable position. Motherfucker's gone.
When's the next shoot, guys?
Oh no, not like this. Too soon.
Shoot again next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Only joking.
Yeah, legit. Every time we have a
just
podcast,
chaos.
there's a mass shooting. Holy shit. Oh, prevention. But anyway, yeah, so political shit.
Well, that's the long story short. Protect the Second Amendment.
I got rights.
You got rats. And
Can't take my gun.
If they try and take your guns, tell them Carl sent you.
I love my gun more than my wife.
thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Wow. That was cringe at the end.